But when he was able to interrupt the channel on the Sand King ult, that was really, really clutch. He pretty much got his ult off every single time. The time he found the PL in the river as well, uninterrupted, he realized only the Viper was hitting him. He's like, oh, this is a free ulti. Very good sleeps overall. It felt like he had like a very high skill game for a Bane, which is pretty rare.
It is. And I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Bane gets taken out.
You just ban that out when you see that sort of a performance come out.
All right, Dota fans from around the world, no replays here today because we want to get you right back in the action. We know you're hungry for that sweet, sweet Dota.
I really liked the draft that Navi did when they had the Venge and the Shadow Fiend. I think that was when they looked their absolute strongest.
Now, I have to say that I think Sumail looks his absolute strongest as long as he has a neckwear. He won a TI with the pillow. He's got a scarf on now, and he's just going to keep on kicking butt.
Yeah, scarf it up.
That's the classy way to go.
As long as he doesn't change the hair again.
I like it.
No, I like his normal hair way better.
Yes.
So they take out the Venge on the side of EG, and Navi takes out the Shadow Demon again. So Ogre Magi left in the pool. Omni Knight's still there too. Razor as well.
What up, crowd? We still awake tonight? Huh? Yes! Look,
it's an elimination game.
Oh, of course we're awake. My boys. Fantastic. Thank you, ladies and germs. We got an Ogre Magi, your first pick. If that doesn't fill you with excitement, nothing will. Bloodlust. Good.
5 seconds.
That's your job in life.
Good spell.
You have one thing. Get carried. As a 5, that must be ideal, you know? If I played the Veggies run, I'm picking Ogre for myself every game and just like blaming on everybody else if we lose. I did my job.
Yeah.
I think they'll go the Shadow Shaman this time around, even though
Still
they
not banned down. I mean, maybe EG feels like they can handle it, Fogged.
They didn't lose faith in it though in the VP series.
No, they did not.
They still try to go for it. If you're that comfortable with it, and you've been picking it for that long. Like, do you really alternate at this point?
What happened to Undying as well?
Oh,
I think that's just a VP thing.
Yeah, you think it's just for VP?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it used to be the response to the Ogre, and at least for the laning phase, because you just can actually stand toe-to-toe with him.
Well, they're not locking in their supports like they usually have for the rest of the series, so I think they might be considering it, Fogged. I mean, take lessons from your friends. They actually are going to go
Keep the Shadow Shaman.
for the Snakey-o.
Take Clock, I think. You want a hero that can match Ogre's pace. I think you either take something like the Clockwork or the Earth Spirit if you want a little bit more T-Fight.
Clockwork's banned.
Yeah,
Clockwork's banned?
Yeah, they take Undying.
They do take
Oh, look at that, Fogged.
I think it's just a hero that matches really well versus the Ogre, and I've seen Navi have success on it before.
They say the best warriors are those that learn from their enemies, taking out VP, taking their signature first pick hero. What a story from CIS Dota.
You take Omni then, again, and you just you ban all the counters once again.
Yep, you can absolutely do that. Yeah. Early game aggression, lots of bursts there to kind of deal with that Undying, make sure, and there you go. You know what? They say we're not the best panel in the world. Take that, haters. We're calling it all.
We got like 3 out of 4.
Who said that?
Whew, you know.
Who said that? Did you say that?
I did. You know, I might have alluded to that once in a while. OD, call the next pick, buddy.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure slack.
Is that a bad hosting thing to do?
So Luna ban, Medusa ban, and Morphling quickly taken out.
Maybe Navi takes something like the DP. I think you want a lot of stability in mid. The silence is nice, of course, against Omni, and she's one of the few heroes that doesn't really care about the Ogre.
Taken out by EG, of course, because they have that Omni and Ogre. Yeah. Both of them can get dispelled from that Razor passive, and Brew again for Navi. They want to be able to deal with the Omni.
I mean, it was pretty effective at dealing with the Omni. There was a couple of fights there where Brew was able to kind of take him out in the early game and make sure that he didn't get crazy. So I can see it again.
10 seconds remaining.
Now,
team pick.
Rubik. There you go. That's a good way to make sure that they don't get that Rubik.
That was our idea last game. Remember, we were saying that you shuffle and you just make a 4-position Rubik because it's so good against Shaman and Brewmaster. You have the ability to take the wards. Anything you grab from the Shadow Shaman, you're not going to be sad about. It's nice against the Brewmaster too. I thought they would have gone for the Earth Spirit, but it looks like it's not their ideal counter because they need something more laning focused to get kills. But pretty similar drafts, or at least the ideas behind the drafts are really similar.
Yeah, here's the big question though. What are they going to do on Navi? Do they dare to go down Viper Alley again? Or will we see something a little bit more unique this time?
I suggested the DP.
I think Death Prophet, yeah, I think that one sounds a lot better.
I wouldn't mind seeing them maybe even take Crystallizes here and now, because last time we saw them get really forced into a corner, leaving it to last pick, where they were struggling for sort of the options for the carry.
What do you take then, like Morph?
Banned.
Oh.
Banned.
Man, I'm really bad at calling heroes that are already banned, huh?
Hey, you know what? That just means that you're thinking just like the team splits. That's what makes you a expert analyst.
Are you looking at a hero list on your phone? That's smart.
That's
dude.
always what I do.
I should do.
Everyone always thinks that like I'm reading something. It's just I can't memorize all the heroes, so I need to look at the heroes.
I've said this several times. If you want to be a Dota 2 analyst, I really think that you should get the hero list tattooed on your forearm.
Why? I can just pull it up on my phone. Like
I know,
am
but
right
you
now.
could have the sleeve.
Oh,
Oh, whoa!
They do take one of Crystallizes heroes.
Great call there.
Yeah, I think that you have to do this. The way that they were drafted against last game left them in, as we saw, picking the PL, which I think, Na'Vi knew that there was much better things that they would have rather gone for, but they were all taken out. So, and I really think at the moment, securing
10
Crystallize,
seconds
one of his strong
remaining.
heroes, it's more important than getting Dendi one of his. Because
Yeah.
Dendi, fairly
5
flexible, there's a few
seconds
things they can
remaining.
slip through. I think Dendi will still have options open.
EG takes the gyro.
So I thought they would have grabbed Gyro or Weaver, because the Gyro, you need a range hero against the Brewmaster, and Weaver's okay because if you get Lincolns, it's not the worst thing, but you can't clear illusions is the down part. And Gyrocopter does that. He scales pretty
10
decently.
seconds
You're okay with that matchup too?
Yeah, he's good versus Brew, Undying, and Shadow Shaman too, because he can kill the split actually at one point, and Undying and Shadow Shaman die to flak quite easily at later stages.
Gyro Rubik,
And he has
of course.
Bloodlust. I mean, he has Bloodlust too, yeah.
The
Yeah.
classic combo in
Yeah.
lane that we saw back in a few patches ago when Gyro was super, super hot.
Years ago even.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been a really classic combo. So now it's Rubik also versus Terrorblade. We've seen a couple times that Sunder
Turn to
plays
pick.
coming into
Radiant team pick.
back there. Timbersaw.
Sick Timber.
Quick pick by EG to deal with that Terrorblade.
They
Also,
banned DOD.
yeah, that's
Sure.
That is what the mid Timber saw as well.
Yeah.
So male Timber.
I think you take something like SF again. Your Dendi.
I agree with that.
Yep, SF, he's been doing fantastic on that, and it's a good amount of damage against that Timbersaw. Man, I can't wait to see this Timbersaw in action. We've seen a
5
lot
seconds
earlier
remaining.
in the end here of Dream League, and just seeing him be in a game without an OD for once, he might actually do well for the
I'm
first time.
okay with DP or
What if they?
What if he
SF.
seems really good?
What about DP? What about AA?
I was the mid Dendi AA. If they do it, I would love it, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Or something even crazy. Let's throw a mid axe in there or something. And it's going to be the Zeus.
The
Sorry,
Zeus.
Paul.
They ran this earlier today.
And it was, yeah, they had Zeus Terrorblade, that same duo core, and
Good
it got a
crush.
lot done.
Yeah.
Zeus and Undying as well is absolutely brilliant in those mid-game fights.
All right.
Well,
Those I thought those drafts came up really quickly.
they did. I think both teams really had a good idea of what they wanted to do, but gentlemen, that time has come to see if you guys know what is going on. I'm going to need some predictions for this series.
EG. But I like Navi's draft. I think it's really close.
Okay.
I've got to sort of agree as well. I think this is going to be a much closer game than game one. And I really want to go with Crystallizes Terrorblade, but I do feel that the Sumail Timbersaw has the potential to go incredibly ham. If he gets a good timing on the hood, he's going to get to the point where he's pretty unkillable and he'll cause
10
a lot of
seconds
issues.
remaining.
Terrorblade in the mid-game.
Absolutely. Fogged?
5
I also have to go for
seconds
EG.
remaining.
I think they've got really comfort heroes. Crit can have a huge impact on this Rubik, like he did in the last game. So yeah, get with them. They also have Omni Knight, really dominant hero.
Yeah, you know, all stable points on that front, but me, personally, I gotta think about it the other way around. I feel like EG does have a fantastic draft, but Navi has the heart and world in their hearts. It's a good team. Casters are ready. Thanks, everybody.
Eloquent.
What's up, guys?
Hi. Welcome to Game 2. Let's see how this series is going to pan out. You all were leaning a lot further towards EG. Their draft does look pretty good, so does Navi, but I'm not surprised at all that you do lean with them after the confidence they'll take from Game 1. Small thing, so far every series that EG has been involved in has been a 2-0. They were 2-0 down by Team Secret, but ever since then, through Infamous, through Virtus Pro, and now here in Navi, potentially another 2-0 in the lower bracket Kings. But this draft seems also quite fun. Like we saw Virtus Pro being able to destroy a Timbersaw with that Undying. I'm wondering if we're gonna have the same effect in lane phase at least against Sumail's Timber.
I think that the Zeus is okay. I think it kind of works out like both ends. You'd be surprised though, like the Zeus does alright. Like this is a trade farm kind of lane.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like Zeus's bread and butter, right? I'm struggling to think of matchups where Zeus like dominates mid. Like maybe if he plays against like a CM mid.
That's like wondering, like if you run the Undying and Zeus together, it was Lulu said like I walked in, I decayed twice, and then soul ripped, and he had Spiderlings to help him out for that burst damage, and then they just killed the Timber Sword. Now you have Zeus burst damage and Dendy kill securing power.
Man, you're making me sway to Na'Vi.
It's I'm liking their combination to make it work.
I sort of am too.
It looks good, but then they have to execute it after they got completely out-executed by evil geniuses in Game 1.
Yeah.
That's the only question mark I really have with this. I understand why there could be some debate over who would win this game, just based if you just looked at the raw drafts, if you didn't think about Game 1 beforehand.
So at bottom lane universe, gonna walk up here, trying to cut the creep wave, and they're ready for him.
Oh, Crystallize. Well, you've tried to do this so many times with the offlanes. He can purify, but the damage Crystallize has from that Morphosis, it may be enough. Attack goes uphill, and he actually misses. Universe, even without boots, has 305 movement speed to the 288 of the Terrorblade. But while we're watching that, it's General who dies on top lane, attempting to do exactly the same thing. Arteezy, no Rocket Barrage, he went Homing Missile to work with the Ignite of Ogre and Crit's Telekinesis.
Yeah, he's one of the few carries that really likes this. I know in China that they still like to go for the Rocket Barrage. At least that's what Manet was doing. But it's kind of funny. It's Survivor style. One offlane makes it, the other doesn't.
You know, if PMS was still an item, maybe this would have actually worked. But
yeah,
no longer a real item.
What is that movie? It's like, I actually can't. It's Highlander I'm thinking of.
Highlander?
Yeah, only one can survive.
What, Sean Connery?
Is that Sean Connery?
Sean Connery is, well, he's not a Highlander, but he's in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I was talking about with Samel. Like he got hit by Decay, I think 3 times, and he went down to 300 HP.
Oh,
like Roger hits him again, and Samel's now down 380. Takes another hit, he'll go down to 300, and that's when Dendy is sitting there with Lightning Bolt as well as Arc Lightning, and Samel sits so low. Yeah, you disco this.
This is the second game in a row now where Sumail has been given what we like to call the treatment. Coined after a Bulba term.
I don't know if this is really worthwhile for Roger, however. Like, he takes the entire creep wave and now has to drag it back in, but he's at least having fun with it.
He's made it out, dude. He's taking no damage from the tower.
Trying to have as much influence as he had with his Kunker earlier tonight.
Yeah, he's giving him the treatment. Life's good. He's got 300 HP at all times. This is definitely what he signed up for when he wanted to play professional Dota.
Yep. Wait until Dendy actually starts getting more levels. Like right now, it's still I guess a 1 point in Lightning Bolt, a 1 point in Arc Lightning. The Timber is
low.
0-0. At least the Salve is more effective, looking the bright side of life. But it's 10-2 versus a 0-0 lane. Okay, Fear is rotating in to try and change this, but this only powers up Roger. It was the same kind of thing when Lil did his harassment. He then just has 2 people to decay. Not to mention, he found an Arcane rune to work with.
The only thing he could have found better is maybe like a DD. But he's not even getting right-clicked, so maybe a regen would have been the only rune that would have been more effective than this.
Yeah.
And Sumail with no strength, he's last hitting with 45 damage.
At least he's got 1 charge. So now he's got the full 1-up. He's getting a lot of charges from Roger, whirling deaths onto the Undying and brings him down to 190. Okay, 280. He gains more. General running through the tree lines. We'll get the clap off. Gets a quick hit into Crit. Who's tanking the creep wave for the moment. But General, he's just trooking around Arteezy. Stay in the trees. Stay in the trees. Listen to HY. Now the homing missile will stay on him. And donk. General goes down. And so does Sumail.
After all that, Sumail finally dies. He's only level 2. He's got no farm. This has been a really rough lane for Messineko.
Shackles, bottom lane, whole universe in position, and they have enough damage, physical, especially when you've got the illusions up and running, but universe into the abyss.
And Na'Vi, really nice laning phase start for them. The mid lane is going so successfully for them, as well as the bottom lane, the top lane. Seneko, where is he right now? He's at bottom. Roger's in mid. General up at top is doing fine though. He just TP'd up top. After he died, he's just like, whatever. This is kind of what offlaners do. They just die. That's okay. You don't lose too much. You die for XP.
Snaker's even stopping Semifinal from getting anywhere near runes, and Roger, it continues again. The treatment.
You feel kind of bad for him, because that sucks. But at the same time, it's kind of funny that they can't do anything about it.
Like, they willingly picked into it. Like, dude, it's not like you didn't have something to learn from previously. Like, this literally happened today in this competition.
Yeah. He's taunting him too. I like that. Because you know, as a mid player, Toby, and I know you as a mid player, this is the most frustrating thing that you play against. It's not even just the fact that it's happening, it's the fact that nothing can be done about it. You don't feel like you're playing Dota. You feel like you're just getting harassed in real life. Like somebody kicks you in the shins repeatedly.
It's like you rotate Fear and all Fear ends up doing is leeching experience. Because, hey, you can Bloodlust a Timbersaw.
You did it.
Yay!
Sumail once in a while just cops a whirling death, but Roger now has 2 levels of the decay.
Yep.
Reduces the cooldown, which makes it so that he can even stack more on top of that. He's going to hit him again with it.
And he can slow him down with the Orb of Venom he's got. So even if you get reactive armor charges up, I suppose we reach a point when he gets more levels in reactive armor that the regeneration is very effective percentage-wise when you're low on health.
Yeah, but if you can't get near creeps, is it even worth it? He's just watching Dendy farm. This is Dendy, the farming simulator.
Dendy is at 34-9. Dendy was already having a really good time on Zeus in mid last time we had him play it earlier today.
Yep. And now this Timbersaw is hitting neutral creeps. He's hitting a bunch of ogres.
Hey, he's at least got a double stack he can work with.
The thing is, he probably asked for this. Like, as a mid laner, you often get to just like choose what hero you want to play. And
but do you just change it up then? Like, do you push crit into the mid lane so at least you can get some levels up in null field and counter this magical burst damage they've got? Fear, in a world of hurt, starts his TP out, and they have enough damage with Roger's final decay hit.
Roger is a beast. He walks around the map, is the most frustrating player to play against in this game. He's an undying. You don't have a stun or anything. He's just walking around decaying people.
Yeah. I wonder if he even needs to go into the Tombstone. If this continues to work, can you max up Decay and Soul Rip? Is that the play here,
yeah,
or is Tombstone still just too good?
No, this is still pretty okay. The 2-1-1. I think Zai even goes like 2-2-1, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me on that later if you feel. But he even secures Dendy, the best rune that a Zeus can get. Gets a regen. There's no way that Sumail can cancel that rune.
No. And Roger's continuously pounding into him. Sumail's down to 620 HP now.
The taunt. I love it, honestly. I know Sumail he hates him right now. And that's the best part about it.
You get in the mind of the player, right?
Yeah,
This is why taunting was invented.
It's 1-0 right now. You're up. You got to do whatever you can to gain the edge. And Arteezy is going to TP down to mid. He realizes,
oh, the Tombstone's down, and
no.
boom, boom, boom!
And they're going to know about the smoke. They're running away.
Now,
Dendy's running into the trees. The timing couldn't be any better for this.
And Fear's going to say hello. Dendy can hit him with one lightning bolt. In fact, he just triggered off the decay, so we can keep pumping damage into him. Crit will arrive. Dendy wants to keep the distance, so the regen's going to be full. It's a nice call down. Roger needs to turn for the decay so we can get more life, but Sumail.
Oh,
Whirling deaths him down, and Sumail got a kill!
Hell yeah. And it was on Roger. Taunt. If you have a taunt, do it. Now's the time.
There is a taunt for a Timbersaw, but it seems Sumail is too busy farming. Making the most of space, but they're losing the tier 1 tower in bottom lane. Yeah. Crystallized into Metamorphosis. There's a lot of him, and there's little to nothing Universe can do to stop this.
This is so rough. They had to rotate Arteezy in just to get a kill, and it wasn't even on the Zeus. He really wanted that. The timing of the Zeus ult made that impossible. Yep. Very well done so far by Na'Vi. I mean, at this rate, it looks like we're going to a 1-1. Sumail continues to have this.
It looks to be the case, but Arteezy still is sitting quite nicely on the net worth. He's just behind that of the Terrorblade, even with the tower going down. And building into the Mask of Madness, the damage output's still going to be quite good for Evil Geniuses. Omni Knight was still finding more levels on the off lane too.
Oh, Sumail is now rotated up to top, and Roger's followed him up here. This is some weird Freddy Krueger thing.
I'm in your dreams. I am your nightmare. General's just itching for a split. Sumail just can't catch a break. And they're actually doing it. They're putting crit in mid. We're actually into what is probably going to be more effective in the mid. Having that range hero, but it's the mid Rubik. The 2-position Rubik is what this turns into. Because the stupid thing is, He's 300 net worth behind Semifinal.
Nah, dude, he's 250. Give him the credit he deserves.
Oh.
I mean, Roger's just making this game miserable right now for him to play. He goes up top, he gets hit. Sumail timber chains forward at him. He's pissed.
Yeah. Try and get aggressive, but Roger just triggers the clarity. He's like, come on, like, do you want to?
Cancel this. See what you can do. I can do this all day is what Roger's saying right now.
If you had a chakra, maybe Sumail have a chance.
Is he gonna taunt again?
There's a chain forward. Roger still has the clarity, turns around. Sumail, he's at 500 HP.
He's got to be careful. There is a Zeus ult.
Yep. Decay's gonna kick in right now again. Sumail, 420. Lamau.
That 20 is not reactive armor. That is the missing strength. If he gets bolted once in fights, he just dies.
TZ and Fear are looking for an opportunity. They're smoked up. Crystallize is backing up, has Metamorphosis and Sunder available, and Seneko around the corner from him.
Yeah, what is the attempt here? Because if he gets Sunder off, the Sunder into Zeus ult is a very powerful combo. People go down quite quickly. We saw that.
They've got no way to control that either, right? Like, how do you stop the Sunder? They don't have enough stuns.
That's why they're going for mid instead. They know that Dendi's in the trees, but Dendi just pops the invis. They don't have a sentry for this either. They're going to even drop a ward. Dendi should know about all of this right now.
Where's the TPs in? The call down comes like he's got to be in the trees. This is just not EG's day. Roger will arrive. And so will a fake crystallize.
And they're going to know now. Dendi just popped out of the invis, almost to taunt them. Saying, I was here all along, saw you coming miles ahead of you.
Back to farming. Back to the stacks. Fear. I don't think he actually stacked this in time. Arteezy tacked it too early. Now they're not actually going to get the full aggro. So there's still 2 creeps just sitting in the ancient stack. And Sumail is tasked with defending the mid, but Roger sticking to him like a leech. Mass Serpent Ward's committed on top lane by Seneko, General. He's going to get that early Blink Dagger timing just like game 1. But it feels like EG's going to have less to deal with him this time.
I mean, in the previous game, they were able to just walk around the map killing him at will. Yeah, this time around,
oh, hi, Sumail. He's low. Soul ripped. 330 HP. That is only a level 1 ulti from Thunder God's Wrath. So
he's trying to get him down one more time so that he can wrap.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's even following him into the jungle. Nowhere is safe. As in half a second, Seneko is going to overtake this Timbersaw net worth. Seneko, the 5-position Shadow Shaman.
Oh boy. Good luck. Universe in general can at least play around on the bottom lane. Yes, clap for purification. General trying to find that last little bit of farm to get the Blink Dagger. And that's when Na'Vi could probably be a little more aggressive. Like, you have Crystallize. He's already taken the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. The tier 1 tower on top lane was taken beforehand. So, trigger Metamorphosis, force the tier 1 tower out in mid while EG is still playing recovery game.
Yeah, they're just trying to farm out Ancient Stacks right now. They realize they don't have a hero on the map. Through no fault of his own right now. Of course, they're just bringing it up because man doesn't suck.
Yeah. And this is a quick work on the tier 1 tower. Roger's waiting to see if someone wants to move forward. Sumail is the one who believes he can do it. A smoke in the back lines as Dendi and Seneko gonna do the old wraparound. Well away from any dire observer. They've got defensive 1 ward near their own Ancient. Now this is Arteezy, some kind of efficiency, farming with Rocket.
Oh, Seneko
and now
might get the ankle.
Shackles, they hold him and they zap him. Oh, #1 net worth hero for EG picked off in his own jungle.
Yes, nowhere is safe right now. Navi's just playing the invade game.
General's bounced back up to top lane. He's got that Blink Dagger up now. But no Thunder God's Wrath, but it's such a low cooldown that they'll be ready to fight once more.
Yeah, with the Arcane Rune. He popped the Arcane Rune beforehand. He was very cognizant of it.
How do you find that again? It's the same thing in game 1.
Everything that could possibly be working out for Na'Vi right now is working out for Na'Vi. And everything that could be working against Sumail is working against Sumail.
They need to get some revenge. Roger, can you taunt your way out of this? Mass up, wants to Seneko. Right place, right time.
He taunted
up.
for...
Oh!
He would have died anyways.
Yeah, Flat Cat had nailed him. They're picking up the Mass Serpent Wards. He's actually denying his own Mass Serpent Wards.
And they're getting out of this area.
Yeah.
They're afraid.
General has arrived. Split is available. That's that dire observe ward they have on the hill near the Ancients that saw General moving in. This is why they backed off. But again, the dire jungle continues to be invaded. General sits next to the Ancients, and EG have no other choice but to move south. They're coming closer towards that tier 1 town, but they're also moving into the territory of Crystallize. He doesn't stick around to pick up the bounty rune. He knows some level of pressure is coming as EG is missing on the map.
Yeah, they're even going to ping with the scan. EG just getting read like a book right now.
Well, they can try and chip at the tier 1 town, but Na'Vi, that's a double damage room for Crystallize.
They're going to go Roshan.
What, this swamp button's going to fall off his keyboard soon. So double damage for Crystallize. They're purposefully, well, they have Metamorphosis if they want to use it, but you've got the Tombstone to do the work, save the Metamorphosis, and then push into the tower with the Aegis Immortal. Such efficiency from Na'Vi, especially when EG is having no intention of debating this.
Yeah, zero chance that they try to contest.
So do you just take tier 2 and only burn Metamorphosis if EG defend and then just go high ground? Like,
yeah.
Can you do that as Na'Vi right now?
You still have DD. I think they're really strong. I don't know if high ground's possible, but you can chip away, see what happens. Neko's got wards up in 10 seconds.
Well, General's itching for a fight, so he wants to be able to have something work.
Yeah, maybe they can just end this game really quickly.
Samel's got some extra survivability. He's
got
not only got, he's got the hood up, he's got a lot of one charges up his sleeve.
That's what we're relying on now.
Yeah, I always look on the bright side of life. That's what the Monty Python boys say.
The downside of this Timber hero is it's not easy for you to come back because your way of coming back is by farming, but if you're not ahead, then you're a hero that doesn't effectively kill heroes, which is what this hero is meant to do.
Mr. Confidence walks up like he's actually got an entire armada of farmed heroes behind him. Brings out one clap, nice pick up from Purification, will give him the life back again. But General, with just a blink clap, able to create enough space. Crystallize has burnt the Metamorphosis and they smoke. They're getting the movement speed to jump closer or keep him invisible.
They're hoping that EG tries to defend, that's why they're
Semail is close by, the creep wave will reveal, and Mass Serpent wants it down. A quick timber chain from Semail pulls him away from the fight. They're trying to get rid of these Mass Serpent wards with the Tombstone down.
Another smoke popped? Alright, that's back-to-back smokes just to look at them, I guess.
It's an unhealthy habit, Na'Vi.
Navi's getting a little too overconfident. I mean, I agree that they're ahead. They're 7k ahead, but those are smokes.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well,
go green, man.
Na'Vi pushing in the mid lane now. Semail again to the front lines. He is dreaming of a new item. But the rest of EG smoked up behind him. They're using Semail as bait. Time and time again, Na'Vi have been willing to go on him. Can they resist? Snakeo's not there to bring in the disable, but look at Snako. This guy's just rushing Aghanim Scepter. He really doesn't care that much. EG want to force the mid-tier 1 tower. Shaman is starting his rotation in there, but wait for the initiation. Here it comes, Crystallize. Comes a lot of damage early on. Sunder is available, and he switches with Arteezy. There is a Purification, but Brewmaster, a clap on 3 into the split. Aegis Immortal has burnt out pretty quickly, but EG, they got the Undying down. Can they get back out of this one? Snako, he wants to control somebody. Ogre will hit the deck. Shackles are available. Maybe with a timber chain. Semail goes straight through him. Arteezy has the double kill. You've got all the sustain thanks to Universe just sitting behind him. They haven't even had to burn GA. They've gone through the Aegis Immortal. They're going to go in under tier 3 towers. No 2 EG haven't even taken a tier 1 tower yet, but they kill Crystallize under his tier 4 tower. What is this meme game?
With no farm on him whatsoever, they're still making it happen right now. Na'Vi, they might rue the decisions that they made in this game. That top push, wasting both their smokes all of a sudden. I mean, EG just battled back, and now Arteezy well ahead of the pack. And Na'Vi just, it feels like they got way too overconfident. They started writing EG off. It felt like they were just prepared to go to game number 3.
You know, this reminds me of Na'Vi from 4 years ago when we lost complete and utter faith that any lead is sustainable for them. I know Horst is their coach, but this is getting ridiculous.
All of a sudden, it was something like an 8,000 gold lead that is now 2,000 gold. a lot of momentum now in EG's favor. This Terrorblade just got popped immediately. He was so close to the Manta style, and this is how you know that they just started getting overconfident. He didn't really have Manta style. I mean, even the Bruce split didn't do too much in that engagement because EG was balled up. Na'Vi, they lose a lot in that engagement.
I cannot believe how many kills Gyro picked out of it too. SMY, Mask of Madness, let's have a look at that engagement again. As EG wrap around the side, and it looked like it was going to start nicely with Crystallize getting that Sunder on Arteezy, but the heal from Universe was perfectly timed.
Yeah, they needed to actually Cyclone up Universe as fast as possible, but they actually used it on the Ogre, which allowed Universe to just sit back. You notice he's just playing the World of Warcraft healer, where he just sits back, repeatedly heals in.
Heals!
Yeah, Universe got like 8 spells off in this fight. Which, if you allow Omni to do that, it doesn't matter what your lead is. He's just going to keep refreshing everyone's HP pool.
And then this type of confidence. EG has been backs against the wall for so long in this game. And then having that ability to kill a Terrorblade under his own tier 4 towers when a tier 1 tower is still up, yeah. EG sends a message of like, don't you ever count us out.
Timbersaw's still really far behind, but he's kind of just shifted into this utility build where instead of saying, I need to get a Bloodstone at all costs, he's decided to go for this pipe, which is going to help his team fight out quite a bit. Like, they're just building right now to let Arteezy be the true 1 position, similar to last game. And it's working out for them right now because he's delivering. He's the top net worth in a game like this. Very impressive so far.
And because he went into the jungle, or that space that was given to the rest of the supports who are also involved in this fight, Crit now has a Blink Dagger combining with the Medallion. They have a large amount of focus power they can just pump in and positional. Universe, as long as he can keep his positioning right as well, EG can stay alive, or actually initiate. They 4-man smoke up. They're wrapping around from the west. The Tombstone is on the hill from Roger, and they're going to close the distance on him. The smoke will break. The homing missile, it's on to Crystallize. He won't have the Aegis this time with the call.
He's getting
moving. Crit blinked himself in, got the control, and then Seneko locked in by the homing missile of Arteezy. The tier 2 tower does fall, but at what cost?
This is quite the disaster right now. Na'Vi, they have to be kicking themselves. I mean, this was even better than VP's like 10k gold lead because of the type of heroes that they have. And now it's just completely fallen apart. Barely up by 1k. I think they hit something like a 4k gold lead really early on. They had like a 4k gold lead in 12 minutes. And now it's just completely slipped out of control. Their net worth lead.
Their experience for the first time belongs to EG in this game.
Yes. The XP finally, it's like it just goes straight down.
Well, it is winter. Welcome to the ski slopes of Sweden.
Okay, now we have a game on our hands.
4 staff as well for Omni Knight. Positional power gets even stronger for EG. There's a double damage rune on the bottom river if Arteezy wants to come for it. But right now he's going to take the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. And Na'Vi not ready to fight this. This pushing power they could have had. Like, Shaman was so close to finishing up his Aghanim Scepter for the Mass Serpent Wards when they were looking to push him through the top lane. He was only about like 1.5k away from it. If they brought down the tier 3 tower, if they kept their control in this game, he would have had it. They would have been chipping away at the assets of EG, but right now they're having to take a loan in order to keep up with EG.
Yeah. And, you know, I was all but willing to write EG off.
Yeah, we were looking for game 3.
Yeah, I still don't know if I was 100% mistaken about that, considering it just feels like Na'Vi letting this game slip out of their hands. They've got to be a lot more controlled right now. Like, the discipline factor has to kick in. You can't overexcite yourselves.
You still technically have an advantage in this game. Your burst power that you had from the very, very start, what kept Samael down, is now a little bit weaker. We haven't really felt the effect of Zeus because this pipe came up so early, because Gyrocopter is doing so much damage. The Undying can't stand the fight, and you've got the +3 flat cannon charges. I'm wondering actually how the Undying stands in the engagement.
It's important right now for Na'Vi to try to keep Crystallize up during the time where he gets any sort of damage, just because Arteezy does take him down really quickly.
Yeah.
And with the lift follow-up, like, he needs to get the Sunder off right now. But
Like,
EG for the first time,
he's going in for BKB, but the damage output of Arteezy is already too high.
yeah, for the first time since like the 1 minute mark, EG have taken the lead.
Radiant's top tower
Yep.
under attack.
They're going to get a little bit more as the tier 1 tower will fall on top lane.
Yeah, and
Crystallize and Seneko are preparing some kind of fun on bottom, but they're right underneath that Dire Observe wall that EG planted during the fight. So Na'Vi will be fully aware, EG will be fully aware just how hard Na'Vi is pushing, which right now is not hard at all. They saw the TP out of Shaman, the tier 2 town gets fortified, they start to back up. They force the reaction, and another burnt smoke from Na'Vi.
yeah, and they're running out of those.
Right?
Gotta make it out to Na'Vi, trying to hunt whoever they can, as everyone morphing out of there. They might find Fear, poor Fear, stayed behind.
388
Dendi is
movement
still
speed.
on the
Dendi,
run.
he can yield Scepter if he can close the distance, and that'll allow him to set up. So, yep, Roger burns the ultimate. They want the EG captain. Decay to begin with. Universe is here. They won't even get that. They've come out so far. The crit will blink forward. He's got Ether Shock damage. They pick up Roger and then look for a little bit more. Arc Lightning stolen by crit. Roger brought down by Arteezy. Blink into clap. They'll go for the
huge
split.
commitment.
Thunder God's Wrath, but the damage isn't even enough to kill off crit. He'll stay alive. They turn in for the call down. The little Brewlings got picked off so quickly. They just focus on bringing down the Mass Serpent wards. EG is so happy with this. Brew ulti is down. Timber has a Bloodstone now at 25 minutes into the game. They got so much clearance and they're burning no big abilities to take these fights against Na'Vi.
They have no ults now. They can just walk into Roshan if EG want. Crit's gonna start spamming for it. He even finds the regen rune if anybody needs it on his team.
It's Gyrocopter.
Yeah, Arteezy's a little bit low on mana, but without the Bruce split...
Alright, well, it won't work. The illusion came in to deny it.
Yeah. Without the Bruce split and the Shaman wards, though, I don't think that Na'Vi can take this fight.
They can't. Arteezy in his stash has a full Lincoln Sphere now completed to fly out.
And this is the full, complete screw you to the Terrorblade. When he gets repelled and he has a Lincoln's up, the TB absolutely cannot stand against him.
Yep. So they're going to claim the Aegis, the Immortal, and Cheese as well. Na'Vi with no Brew Split, no Thunder God's Wrath, no Mass Serpent wards, even with the Ags upgrade, they cannot do jack about this.
They're going to D-ward, but, I mean...
Consolation prize.
This is why you gotta love Dota. You can be so confident about something. I am very happy to be wrong about this kind of game. Easily willing to get this one thrown into my face.
Well, it's not even that. Like, you look at it, and Na'Vi, like, they have the advantage. You understand the power of their lineup, but the issue is a lot of their power was shut down just because of that one long string of bad events for Na'Vi.
Yes.
When that happened, EG was able to find the money, which Na'Vi did so well in the early game to deny them.
Oh, they did so well. They completely zoned them out. They took control of their jungle. You thought, okay, as long as Na'Vi treat this game a little bit more patiently, they calm down, it's okay. Like, this game is going to be pretty straightforward for them.
But now
once the Terrorblade gets BKB, like, what do you do to kill him?
Well, you have Arteezy with heavy amounts of damage. That'll do it. Tier 2 tower's gonna fall, EG. They've only got one more outer tower to claim, while Seneko and Crystallize. They got a lot of illusions and the catapult coming down the bottom. Arteezy, he is repelled and doing the cleanup job. Cleans, he does General. After Samael on the top lane, pushes forward, goes for the split, needs to pick up Samael, able to timber chain away, but the Rock followed him. Universe is waiting for the right time. He's got Drum Charge, he's got Repel, he's got GA. Right now it's just Repel, but shackled up, Seneko gets the control. While the timber chain TP away will protect Samael. Universe sacrificing himself for the greater Samael.
That was the Bruce split, though. And the roster boards once again. I think this would be a decent timing for EG to just shove out the lanes, deal with top, deal with mid, and then just 5-man. They have all their spells on Omni. He didn't blow GA or anything like that. He realized the situation. He did everything he could to save Samael. I think this is a decent opportunity for them to just deal with the waves and then immediately go mid. During the time that the Omni is dead, this is when you want to start shoving out waves again, and that's exactly what they're drawing lines towards.
There is a small advantage now. The Spirit Vessel picked up by the Undying, so Timber at least won't be as immortal.
Yes. And it's nice against the Omni too, but this mid wave is being pushed in quite quickly, but you don't want to trade against a TB.
Yeah, Crystallize is already adding the pressure on top, But EG get what they want. They take the tier 2 tower. Arteezy doesn't have a TP ready to go back to base. But that's why Universe is up here. He'll do the defense job while Crit bounces around all over the map. He's looking for Seneko. He won't get him though. Fadebot and Arc Lightning is so easy for Crit just to add momentum to a lane.
Yeah. Once you deal with the waves, then you have some opportunity to go for the push. EG just waiting things out, and they're continuing to stack Ancients, by the way, Toby. Keep expanding your lead at all times. Rich get richer.
Keep the Gyrocopter in front. He's going towards that Butterfly. Now over 20,000 net worth, 29 minutes in. Blink Dagger is over on Sumail. Do you like that choice of getting something more like BTs to deal with the Terrorblade split push?
I think, actually, that's a really nice idea, the BOTs.
He'll eventually get both, obviously, but for now, it looks like EG is looking to fight. So the Blink Dagger will work, Crystallize at a very long way. Homing Missile from Arteezy is already chasing him. He's got Manta and BKB available.
Oh, he lets it dunk him.
He doesn't actually see it coming in. They had no vision. Down they go. Crystallize will fall. The rest of Na'Vi is in full retreat. Conjure Image was the only thing stolen by Crit, but hey, you can always have more crits.
He's sending in one as bait, and the other will hide.
Is piped up, they jump in to pick up the grab, and then they go after Dendi. A defensive Yulset will buy him time. Here goes your defensive Mass Serpent Wards. It's a good shackle, holding Timbersaw under the tier 4 towers. Goodbye to the Timber. Arteezy's BKB will protect him from the Bruling split, but it won't protect Universe. The Brulings, great counters to that Omni Knight. They smoke, they want the movement speed. The stun from Dendi, cancelling out TP of Fear. So 3 heroes from EG will fall, and finally, Na'Vi have a fight which is favorable to them, but it did cost a buyback out from Crystallize.
Yeah, and they committed heavily for that, but 6k gold lead now in favor of EG. I don't think they're even that dissatisfied with that. The gold change does go in favor of Na'Vi, but the buyback is worth even more than that. Crystallize also uses Metamorphosis. EG just committed. No way that they're going to save Sumail under that. There's 8 wards attacking them, plus the tower. Not easy to follow him up. And now the Butterfly fully completed on Arteezy.
Yeah.
The gem or the Aegis should be done soon though.
Yeah, but then he'll just swap in the Morbid Mask, so Arteezy's sustain is still looking very, very good in the fights. And this is the point he got in game 1, but he couldn't complete up the full Satanic, mainly because, well, the game ended. This time around, maybe it goes a little bit longer with that foul push by EG.
Yeah. Now the Aegis is down, and Na'Vi, maybe they look for something here. You have two options right now. Either you wait for Crystallize to refresh his buyback, and you just sit inside your base, like you farm as safe as possible, or you go for a 5-man smoke and try to reset the game.
Well, you can keep the split push going. Aghanim Scepter for Dendi is almost there, so you'll have the Nimbus to help you out, along with the Illusion push that comes from the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
And he is rapidly approaching the Skadi, so you'll have more sustain. Lotus Orb as well.
But since Roche can spawn in 2 minutes, if you're Na'Vi, you have to decide, like, is that where we make our last stand?
Yeah.
Because if you lose the Roche fight, then the game conceivably just ends. And
this is a good observer and sentry on bottom lane.
Oh, EG,
it's knowing exactly how hard EG is pushing in. Arteezy, Lincoln Spear will break. That was the Drunken Haze thrown out by General. Arteezy will return the favor with the fast-flying homing missile. Roger triggers ultimate. They're in full defense. Arteezy, the flat cannon damage really not that effective when Dendi has the Ghost Scepter ready to fire. And there's your Nimbus. It's a nice line, but they can't keep EG inside of it. The Mass Serpent was committed. The Nimbus down. Omni Knight sent up and towards the air. Where's that extra control? The pipe protecting Universes. EG bait out so many abilities from Na'Vi, and they get nothing for it. Even Thunder God's Wrath just expended by Dendi. Trying to see if they're still there, but they're killing off your wards. They're still there.
Surprise! They're still at your front door. And the big spell, though, for Na'Vi, the Terrorblade's Metamorphosis is still available.
Yeah.
But the other ones, Brewmaster Split, lost the wards.
They're
I think
waiting
they just
at
wait.
the Mass Serpent wards.
Yeah. You just deal with the fact that he's got meta. If you kill Crystallize once, the game ends anyways.
I'm actually wondering, too, like, if they can nuke down the creep wave. Is this the reason why Arteezy comes in early? Because they can just, they can arcane.
He's forcing everybody out right now, marking the territory.
Nimbus is back. There goes your tier 3 tower. EG get what they want. Sumail able just to chain himself out. The Nimbus won't be picked off. And EG can just back out, take out the shrines. Top tier 3 tower is taking a little bit of damage with this 3 range creep push coming in, and no one from EG really looking to defend.
Yeah, you really want the Aegis and the refresher for the Omni Knight. That would be huge for them. That would help them secure the game, and I think that's what they're going to wait on. No reason to rush this game. They're showing Na'Vi, this is how you be disciplined. Yeah, you go for the high ground push. You don't have to full commit for it. You can go in and out and just be patient.
Yeah. But I still love the fact like they repel up the gyrocopters. What I was sort of trying to say before I fell over my own was Ether Shock as well as Arc Lightning is a really great way just to clean up the creep wave and not allow EG to continue their sustained attack. But because Artesia is sent in first, Na'Vi are dealing with this heavy flat cannon. They're running away. The only ones who can stay are the ones with Ghost Scepters, which is Bendy.
Yeah, still 4 minutes until Terrorblade has that buyback. But Roshan can conceivably spawn sooner than that. It'll be up in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Crystal is trying to get enough money he can finish up the Skadi, and then he's going to go in for the MKB to do something about that butterfly of the gyro.
Yeah.
But Artesia actually changed his build-up, so he picked up the Morbid Mask, but he's going for Nullifier on this gyrocopter now.
Trying to just make it so that the Terrorblade can't be KB, and more importantly, so that the Zeus can't get his Yules or his Ghost Scepter off. Pretty sure it disables the Ags too.
Where's my pension?
So there's a lot of value in that, and it just gives him a decent amount of damage on top of that. But Aegis is most likely what's going to be next, and Na'Vi, they won't have the buyback on the Terrorblade anyways, as he's bought out the Skadi in full, realizes the situation that his team is in, and he even pops into the Roshan pit, but there's nothing there for him.
Yeah. In the meantime, EG just add pressure towards the top lane, pushing out. Bottom lane's already pretty well in their favor, and this is the dangerous lanes too, because it's the double catapult waves. So you don't want to let this go unchecked, Na'Vi, on the bottom, because that's where your tier 3 tower doesn't exist.
Yeah. For the next fight too, Artesia has completed the full nullifier.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Coming over on the courier now. They'll clean up the mid lane. But EG, they want to have Roshan. He'll spawn up in 22 seconds. They'll come over to check. Samael, have a look, but stick around a little bit longer. And he'll be there in 15.
Yeah, this is a really rough situation for Na'Vi to be in, because they don't have the Terrorblade buyback. They don't necessarily want to fight around this area, but at the same time, if they lose the fight, they're going to give up Aegis Cheese and the Refresher.
Quadja just TP'd away. EG's preparing for Roshan by putting that very standard Observer Ward just south of the Radiant Ancient.
Yeah, I think they should contest this. Artesia, though, has a DD rune.
Well, they don't know, like, right now that Roshan has respawned, so EG, they stick with the battle plan, while Artesia has a double damage and Bloodlust it up. They're just running in.
Yeah, great rune for him to pick up. Is going to do a lot of damage there, but I feel like they should just back out. Roshan is up. They should be able to check that and force Na'Vi into a do-or-die situation. Yeah, the best part about the third Rosh now is you force teams to fight you there, because the Refresher shard is so huge. If you don't contest that, then they'll go high ground anyways, and it's a lot easier for Na'Vi to fight.
Navi's coming out. EG's ready to fight. It's a Terrorblade illusion moving first. Zendi was scouting for the Observer Ward, but Roger walks right into the middle of it. Samael, they just evaporated. The Mass Serpent Ward's positioning is nice as Crystalline stays his ground, but then the GA is out. There's not enough damage. The Bruiling Split is trying to do as much as it can, maybe with the Zeus's best magical burst damage. They have enough against EG. Wait, no, they don't. Samael is repelled up. He's Lotus orbed up. There's nothing Na'Vi can do to stop the Timbersaw. And if they can't stop him, they can't reach the back lines of Artesia. General will fall as well as he goes back to his normal position, and Crit stole the Primal Split.
Okay.
So, EG, they don't even need to do Roshan, and they know it. That mid tower is already pretty heavily damaged. They're going to keep that push going. And there's the buyback from the Shadow Shaman. No Mass Serpent Wards available. Dendi, well, his Nimbus is back off cooldown. Artesia, such heavy protection. Lincoln's, Lotus. You want to go on him, then they got Repel as well. You just can't do it. Artesia working his way through the melee racks. The cooldown is nice. Then he's got a rocket on his tail as well. The melee racks will fall. And EG still chipping away at the range. Artesia wants to stand his ground, but now very wisely back off. They get what they need. Look towards Roshan once more.
Yeah, they can back out. They still have an objective to claim here. Crit has the split, and Na'Vi doesn't. Na'Vi has to know that this is happening. I don't know if they can even defend it, even if they wanted to at this point.
There's not enough abilities to do it. Like, without Primal Split and against Primal Split, you can't do it.
even if they know that this is happening, it would be so obvious if they came. They're going to have to stake everything on the high ground defense.
At least bottom lane's working for them. There's a very large creep wave pushing into EG's tier 3 tower.
Yeah.
But welcome back to farm.
Okay, so I thought for a second Crit was going to keep the shard so that he could go for the double split.
Let's
But you're only a support friend.
yeah, the double GA sounds a lot nicer.
It really does. And that's exactly what they're going to go for. And I mean, EG's only claimed 1 Rax, not even a full set.
Yep.
But it is a 16,000 gold lead.
It's the fact that if they take a good fight, the bottom lane is already exposed because the tier 3 tower is gone. And they can just rotate towards the top. All outer towers are gone. The only outer position for Na'Vi is actually the shrine next to Roshan. Normally something when it's up you think, hey, maybe we can actually contest Roshan, but no. That window is very firmly closed, keeping the cold air out. And EG are coming once more. They push the lane down mid, and they will rotate into the bottom unless they can find themselves a decent fight. Crystallize just trying to slow things down by using that reflection onto Arteezy.
He's getting a little bit low here, so makes his way to Universe.
It's nice at least for Dendy the fact he can trigger the Lincoln Spear with just Arc Lightning.
Oh, of course.
So that's not the greatest protection in the world for Arteezy, but Lotus Orb Repel.
Oh, they give him the smoke back.
Oh, manners, boys. Manners. Arteezy, oh, the crit. He jumps in, goes for the Bruling Split, and Semifinal in so deep. He actually gets the Brewmaster split off. At least they can stand and fight, but Arteezy, so much damage. I don't know if they can really repel this. Crystallize under his BKB. He's the big man for Na'Vi that has to be able to hold it. But there's GA number 1. Refresher Shard still available here for Universe. The Nimbus is down. Semifinal's not a healthy man. They've gone through the Undying, but they should jump in once more. They've found Dendy. Defensive Yields is available. He'll die before that point. So he'll just buy back into the fight. Force up. Crystallize back into safety. But this is a metamorphosis. Terrorblade. This is when he's meant to be a badass. But he's just dying. And not dying with style.
Doesn't have the BKB anymore either. Can't really fight in this. Gets stunned up.
Oh, and they go again! Semifinal jumps in, slows them down, allowing Arteezy's flat cannon charges to get through Seneko, through General, turn his attention over towards Dendy. And this game, buybacks are coming thick and fast from Na'Vi, attempting the defense, but once again Semifinal blinks in deep, looks to actually just rip apart the life of Crystallize, and GG, well played. A game that looked unlosable for Na'Vi is won by evil geniuses. They fight back. A game of Dota is never over.
It looked like it was going to be very straightforward for Na'Vi. They took the Roshan, they had the tier 2 at the 15-minute mark. They were so close to being able to force that game number 3. That was such a dominant victory. You can see it on their faces. They know that that game slipped out of their hands, but EG, with their second comeback,